Nas 12 primeiras horas que Elon Musk atuou como CEO do Twitter, a rede social teve um aumento de 800% nas postagens de ódio. Quem compilou os dados foram os pesquisadores da Montclair State University.
The reason we started this research was that prior to taking ownership of Twitter, Elon Musk had made some comments that moderation was too restrictive, that there was too much moderation on the platform, that views and ideas were being stifled. And I think that was maybe an appealing message to people, but we as researchers knew it's one-to-one in terms of the data that if you reduce moderation, you increase hate content on a social platform. So we knew that people were going to perceive his ascendancy at Twitter as an opportunity to push the envelope on hateful content.
Musk diz que sua decisão de reduzir a moderação tem a ver com a liberdade de expressão. Para o magnata, que também é dono da Tesla e da SpaceX, todo mundo tem o direito de falar o que quiser, ainda que ofenda outros.
Free speech is a legal right, a constitutional right in the United States. But what that means is, and what the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution means, is that the government can't censor or punish people for their beliefs or for what they say. Twitter is not the United States government. Twitter is a private company that makes choices all the time about what kind of company it wants to be. And while you do have a constitutional right to voice an opinion, there is no constitutional right to have a private company, as Twitter is, provide you with a platform and a megaphone to amplify whatever you say. That's a choice that Twitter, that Facebook, that any social network makes. It's a statement of values as much as anything else. So the discussion of free speech on Twitter, to me, to a certain extent, is a bit of a red herring. It's not the real issue. The real issue is what kind of standards Elon Musk wants Twitter to have.
Apesar de se auto-intitular como um absolutista da liberdade de expressão, Musk não demorou muito para exercer sua censura particular. Depois de comercializar a marca de verificação azul, antes disponível gratuitamente para perfis significativos de personalidades e influenciadores, o empresário bloqueou o perfil da comediante Sarah Silverman, que mudou o nome de sua conta para Elon Musk e usou a mesma foto do magnata. A também comediante Kathy Griffin foi suspensa da plataforma pelo mesmo motivo. Dada a repercussão dos casos, Musk veio a público dizer que é proibido, no Twitter, se passar por outra pessoa. Mas essa não é a primeira vez que Musk, o homem mais rico do mundo, com uma fortuna avaliada em quase 200 bilhões de dólares, ganha os holofotes por questões polêmicas. O empresário, que foi conselheiro de Donald Trump, também já foi acusado de se mudar de estado para não pagar impostos, desligou alguns dos satélites que mantinham o governo ucraniano conectado à internet e compartilhou teorias conspiratórias. Além de poderoso, Musk é tido como um exemplo mundo afora. E isso pode ser um grande problema para a sociedade, porque palavras não moderadas inevitavelmente se tornam ações.
The danger with an unmoderated social platform is that there's maybe a certain segment of people that are having trouble in their lives or mentally having some challenges, or maybe young people that can get pulled into very bad directions when that content is not controlled, and that can have horrible outcomes for society. I think there's probably no better example of this than the COVID pandemic, right? The amount of misinformation about like phony cures and misinformation about vaccination, all of that was spread in social media. And I think that many of the companies recognize we have to do something, and there were better checks as the pandemic went on. But I think it was just like a massive reality check that if we have unfettered platforms where misinformation and hate are common, we really invite serious health and policy risks for our societies.